today we're learning no comply shove it, but you already knew that from the title, so let's get straight into it. So this is one of them ones where you can really practice it with almost no risk at all, just by standing still and popping the board. So a no comply shove it is just simply stepping off with the front foot, doing the shove it and jumping back on. It's a really, really simple trick and can be broken down into such basic steps. So what you want to do in order to get the scoop for the shove it is we're doing it front side, right? So the board spins behind you kind of. So what we're going to do is have our toes right in the pocket of the tail on this left side of it right here. That's going to give you the best motion to get the board to spin round. So just to practice it with one foot on the ground, one foot on the board, put your back foot on the tail and then just kick it that way. Kick it slightly diagonal so the board spins round, and make sure you stop the board with that same foot, just like this. Honestly, the easiest way to practice the motion, just chuck the foot there, like that. Again, like I said, no risk. You can practice it as much or as long as you want like that, and then move on to step two. For step two, we're going to practice riding along and just doing that exact same motion. So front foot off, back foot in the tail pocket, scoop it round, back foot on, step on and ride away again. That's basically the trick broken down into super slow, simple steps. Now we're going to try and glue them all together in one go. So now that you've got the form of the trick and you know that you're going to be stepping off with the front foot and scooping it around, what you want to do now is practice just jumping onto it. Again, you can do this so low risk. So just stand still, exactly how we did for step one. But this time, when we kick the board round like that, we're going to jump and try and land back on top of it. Maybe even do this next to grass if you're feeling a bit sketchy. So find yourself some grass, make sure it's dry because you don't want to ruin your board or get mud in your wheels. Set yourself up right next to the grass. Now the goal here is to spin the board and jump on it so that when we jump back onto it, all the wheels are in the grass. This is so that if we land with a bit of mismatched balance, the board doesn't shoot out from underneath us and we don't get a face full of concrete. So with that in mind, didn't mean to scare you by the way, let's get straight into this. Remember, same as step one, but we're jumping and trying to land on the board as it comes round. As you can see, landed with half my wheels on the grass, half a wheel on the concrete, because the grass kept me in place. No risk of falling on my face or on my ass. All right, so moving back into the concrete, remember, you can practice that literally 100 times, 1,000 times if you want. If you're one of those people that really doesn't want to get hurt skateboarding, this is definitely a trick for you. But now that we've practiced that and we're feeling confident jumping back on, I want you to do the same thing, but on the concrete. Now, it can be scary, but now that you're used to landing back on the board, I feel like you can do it. So what we're going to do is exactly the same as before, foot on that back and just aim to land on the board. Just like that. Right, now the final step is about adding it all together in one fluid motion, and you can break that down into slow and steady paces, just like we've been doing before. So how we're going to do it is ride along, front foot off, hop around, and jump back on. That's step number one, plus number two, plus number three, all in one go. And that's basically where you want to be for the trick. The only further thing we need to take care of is we just need to make sure it's all in one motion. So when that front foot steps off, you instantly want to jump and aim to land back onto the board like this. Oh, and this tutorial is sponsored by Wraith Vegan Energy. Try yours with code Webz in the link below.